After the revelation of how Aaron Keener and Theo Parnell were able to fake their deaths, we continue to find out more about what they've been up to over all these months, while the Division has been busy with the Black Tusk. In keeping with Keener's demands, the Division resumes with Theo's trials in order to find him, so he may divulge the critical information he possesses that could lead to the downfall of Natalya Sokolova and Calvin McManus.
Is this it?
Yeah?
I don't know why I thought it would be more impressive. Like some super secret advanced piece of tech, but it's just a cheap gray plastic USB stick.
That's correct.
Huh. A list of the world's most dangerous people are just on this little piece of plastic. And it's just been in your pocket for the last 3 weeks?
Yep. Are we done here? I'd really like to take a shower and go to bed. It was not an easy journey back from... McManus was pissed, and I had to take a lot of side roads to evade his reinforcements searching the area.
I wiped the data. They shouldn't have known it was you.
They didn't know it was me. But the explosives I used to destroy the secret entrance, they could tell it was Shade Tech. They knew it was an agent, just not which agent.
Hey, did you know there was a hunter bunker in...
I knew there was some secret room with equipment I didn't recognize, so I blew up the entrance rather than let it fall into enemy hands.
Smart. But also, possibly supremely dumb?
You weren't there. Whoever killed them, whatever killed them, I was not sticking around to find out. Not on my own. If I had a team, maybe I could have swept the site.
Fair. Just one thing. When you got to the secret room, could you go inside?
No. I didn't have the proper security clearance. Isaac said it required classified clearance.
Congratulations. You, my friend, are the first person in the world to be officially tech-blocked by Isaac at a hunter bunker.
Agent Hoskins finally returns back from Silver Creek and hands over the USB drive to Theo. At this stage, Calvin is well aware that it was a Division agent who infiltrated his compound and stole the USB containing the roster of SHD agents and those who had been recruited as hunters. No one was aware that the compound in Silver Creek would be a hunter bunker, and Hoskins, unwilling to take on the personnel who killed all of the agents on site, detonated the entrance and quickly left town.
Conley tells me you had some issues with the network security.
Oh, yeah, just too many back and side doors to access, too much data, and no way to sequester your branch from the next if you really wanted to just hop around the tree. It's Cal's fault, really. Should have stuck with Anna. Isaac leaves much to be desired.
You think that was on purpose?
I hope so. Otherwise, that's a huge oversight. And that's not like Claire. If Alex built it, I would assume it's a mistake. But Claire? That's on purpose. She always has her reasons, even if they make no sense to anyone else. She's a creepy genius like that.
Taking us back to the way Isaac, Anna, and even the Diamond programs were set up, Trigg tells Theo about all of the backdoors and loopholes within the coding. A user with the know-how and access to one of them could comfortably jump across all 3 systems and gain control. He goes on to say that if it was anyone else who designed the system, it could be seen as just an oversight. But given that it was Claire Ortiz who developed it, this was not the case. She would never let something like this slip through unintentionally. From early Descent comms, we know that Claire had little to no trust in Natalya, and while she seemed to believe in Calvin's goals, she likely didn't see him teaming up with her many months later, after the outbreak that would cripple the entire planet. It's looking like Claire intentionally left these holes in the coding as sort of a failsafe, so that if any one of these systems was to be used for malicious deeds, that owners of the other systems, with the right expertise, could break in and shut them down. However, before he could dig any deeper, it would seem that Theo had a few other distractions on his mind.
You're married, right?
Yeah?
And you've got a kid, right?
You know that, Theo. Why are you asking me questions you already know the answers to?
How did you know you were ready to be in a relationship? How did you know that your husband was like someone you wanted to spend the rest of your life with?
You talking about the civvy you rescued? Twice?
What? No. What are you talking about?
You wondering if she likes you?
Yes.
You rescued her. Twice. She said you were cute. Keener almost puked at your second meet cute.
Yo, she did say I was cute.
If you like her, go for it. What do you have to lose?
My dignity, my ego, my rep as a mysterious and powerful man.
Great. So nothing, since you already lost all of those things. Get a blanket, some water bottles, a couple of MREs, and ask if she wants to have a picnic.
What?
The world is dying, but if you like her, make her feel special. Give her a moment of normal and kindness, and you'll get the girl.
Oh my god, it worked.
What worked?
The picnic. She kissed me.
Aw, that's sweet. I thought maybe you finished the Rogue Network.
Yeah, tomorrow, but today, she kissed me.
Congratulations. When's your next date?
I do not know.
What happened after she kissed you?
I said thank you and then went to fix a turret.
You haven't been with many women, have you, Theo?
Not for an extended period of time, and not in these conditions.
Little advice. If a girl kisses you and you like it, make sure you have plans to see her again. Prio the love over the work, if you want the love to work.
That's good advice. You are really good at this romance stuff.
I would not say that. I have learned from my mistakes. Kind of.
These distractions came in the form of a civilian he rescued when helping Keener evacuate people towards Brooklyn. And through this interaction, we would find out that Theo is about as hopeless as most men when it comes to the fairer sex. It's like this is an area we never really evolved much from the caveman days, where we would lead with a series of grunts, present a dead animal as tribute, flex a few times, and hope they invite us into their cave. Or maybe that's just me. It's a miracle I've been married for so long, to be honest. Anyway, Theo would continue with his research, digging deeper into the Nemesis program with Trig.
So, tell me about the nemesis.
What do you want to know?
Can it render anything or just humanoids?
Anything you can scan, it can render. But the animations may get strange. A shark swimming on land, it breaks the realism of the simulation.
But it was fun, right?
You've never lived until you've been murdered by a jackalope.
That's amazing. Can we spawn friendlies?
In theory.
Could I fight with Bigfoot?
Theoretically. But I doubt Claire would go for it.
Working with Bigfoot would be awesome.
You'd have to find a perfect scale render. Data gets weird under copyright and maybe too difficult. But anything that the lens scans could be reproduced in the simulation. So if you find Bigfoot, then you could make him a squad.
So all I would need to do to render my team would be to look at them and ask Isaac to upload the asset to the simulation?
Anna. You would need Anna to do it. But you find a mobile shade server and access her backdoor into the simulation, and anything is possible.
Covering the Nemesis, Theo learns of the conditions required in order to render a friend or foe, and only Anna is capable of doing this. But it's sounding like there is absolutely no restrictions outside of having a clear object or person to scan. However, a little bit of time has passed now, and Theo has bigger things on his mind.
We're having a baby.
Called it. You owe me a candy bar.
Next one I find has your name on it.
What do we do? We need to keep the baby healthy. We need vitamins and stuff, right?
Yeah. Folic acid. Good thing we're growing beets. Lots of beets. Leafy greens. Just be careful with salads. Don't want raw greens right now since we're growing everything and don't really know what was in the floodwaters. Might be best to stay off a raw food diet for the next year. Or 10.
Will do. I'm gonna be a dad. Can you believe it?
No, I cannot, but I am very happy for you, Theo.
Thanks, Grampy Keener.
Oh, God. Never, never call me that again. Father figure, not your father.
How did you balance being an EMT, a wife, and a mother?
I don't know that I did.
Your family's healthy and happy upstate, and they love you. I think you did better than you realize.
My husband, he's a writer and a stay-at-home dad. We didn't have a traditional marriage. He kept us stable while I tried to save the world. Our son is alive because of him, not me.
You got them out.
I did.
Keener told me you bought the farm and set up an escape plan.
That's true. I did.
So, how did you do it? How did you know what was coming and make the right choices to support your family? How did you find the balance?
I have no idea. I just made the choices that made sense to me at the time. But none of them seemed important or life-changing, just like something that could help us get closer to stable or secure, just in case we lost everything. A backup plan. I just always wanted to have a backup plan.
But how did you know it was the right plan?
I didn't. No one knows if they're making the right decisions. They just have to make a decision. The most dangerous thing isn't making the wrong choice, it's making no choice at all. And for kids, even if you fuck up, because you will fuck up, as long as you keep trying, and they know you're trying, they will forgive almost anything. They probably forgive too much. But they will remember that you tried. You want to be a good dad? Just show up. All you have to do is show up and be present. And when you're tired, it feels impossible. But that's what they will remember. That you showed up and tried.
When this is over, I want to retire.
What do you mean, retire?
If we pull this off and fake our deaths and escape Manhattan, I don't want to go in the field anymore. With the baby on the way, I want to be there. All the time. I don't want to be my dad. I don't want to die at work because I don't know how to quit. I want my kid to know that I am here for them. That I will always be there for them. I want to show up every day and be present, and I want them to know that every day I tried and I chose them. That I chose to be their dad and not a hero. That being their dad was my mission. I can't keep putting myself in the line of fire.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. I don't have kids, but I get it. You want to be the kind of father you never had. And when this is finished, you never have to leave home again. But if you get bored, you know you'll always have a place on my team.
Thank you, Grampy.
Godfather. I am that kid's godfather, not Grampy.
As any dad would agree, learning of your first child being on its way changes everything. Your priorities, your entire purpose shifts towards whatever is best for the family, and especially the child. So Theo is looking for a way out of this dangerous situation that they are living through. Surprisingly, Keener completely supports this. But as we know, Theo wouldn't be able to hold on to this for long. Perhaps the hostilities moving into Brooklyn forced him into a position where he realized that what is happening isn't going away, and that he needed to step up in order to push forward with Keener's plans, if there was to be any hope of a future for his family.
It kind of worked.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well, frankly, you're a much better looking man than your scan. I don't know if something happened with the import or if there was a smudge on my lens, but you got this sort of manic hobo wizard vibe.
Well, most people have never gotten a good look at my face. My dossier photo's really old, so that could work in our favor.
Yeah, but if someone has met you, they might think it's a body double or something.
Do we have time to improve the scan?
Not for the test, but, we should before we go live.
Well, let's see how your hobo wizard operates in the field.
Through this piece of intel, Theo talks to Keener about how the scan import wasn't exactly completely successful. It tricked Isaac, but it left Keener looking a little bit off. I kinda like it. This is a dig at how Keener and his death scene on Liberty Island looked a little weird, and nothing like the beautiful beast we know him as today.
It's done.
You sure?
All traces of Ajax's trip back home and to have been wiped from the network.
You kept a copy, just in case, right?
I'm not an amateur. Of course I kept a copy. You never know what intel can come in handy down the road.
I'm sorry about your dad.
Don't worry about it. He had a bad heart. Shit happens.
I know you wanted it to be more than that. Political intrigue, someone killing his chance at running for president by killing him.
Yeah, it makes for a better movie, but it's not real life. It's actually kind of nice that he just died. Nothing nefarious, just his time.
I'm glad he never saw the country you love so much come to this.
Me too. Besides, if someone had killed them, I'd probably have a target on my back too for looking too closely at the Cabal, or their ties to Ellis.
You know, you might be onto something.
Oh no. I just accepted my dad died of natural causes. Please tell me I didn't accidentally make myself a target for those psychopaths.
I'm pretty sure that watch on your wrist and your association with me put you in their crosshairs. But we can use this. We can use your dad's death to lure them out of hiding.
Ajax is a call sign to Agent Hoskins. Theo wiped any trace of her being in Silver Creek. Theo would also learn about the true outcome of what happened to his dad. Keener used this as a way to bring Theo into the fold with his mission, but it would turn out that he actually just died of natural causes. Interestingly, Theo doesn't seem to be fazed by this. He still supports Keener's direction. It would seem that this was a door closed for Theo, but with everything going on, there was still more to do. The organization, called the Cabal, are still out there, and still need to be dealt with, and while he wears that watch, he will always be at risk.
This is incredible. We have all of them. You were right. Bridget Douglas is a hunter.
I knew it. That's our way in.
You sure? She's a hunter.
She's a friend. Got me out of trouble more than once. If anyone flew under Cal's radar, it's Bridge.
Okay, well, if you vouch for her, I'll trust your judgment about the heiress hunter. You know she's set to inherit a $1 billion company?
I do. How do you think we became friends?
Fair enough. I guess it's better than cold calling Brian Johnson or Thaddeus Green and asking them if they want to help us kill the Secretary of Homeland Security.
With Theo reviewing the roster from the USB, he discovers who in the division have been brought on board to be hunters. He first mentions Bridget Douglas as a hunter, but Keener is obviously aware of this already. She has been working with them for a while now. Referring to the names Theo read out, we're obviously aware of what happened to Brian Johnson, who was the recruiter, but Thaddeus Green was one of the SHD's most senior agents and acted as a field recruiter prior to the activation of Directive 51. Featured in the Division Hunted novel, he would be tasked with killing Myra Kanhai after she betrayed Natalya Sokolova. He would later be killed protecting Sokolova from Myra and her allies.
Holy shit. Built-in comms, bulletproof, lightweight, internal cooling system, anti-fogging technology with filtration system, able to detect and diagnose infection and hydration levels and arousal levels by pupil dilation to determine if the operative is being dishonest? Built-in voice modulation software to obscure identity? Oh, work in progress. Scheduled for integration in May 2022. Well, you are almost a perfect tool. I guess we're lucky we only had to face the 5th generation of the Hunter mask and not the 7th. This tech is good, but it could have been great, with a couple more years and a few modifications.
Eventually the agents would discover where Theo had set up his safe house, the Space Administration HQ. However, the hyenas too had discovered his location and were actively hunting him down.
Classes, agent approaching the safe house.
Just a heads up, I didn't have much time to set up that turret. There might be some technical issues. Sorry about that. Do they ever give up? Gotta move again. Heading to the control room.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Vision incoming, Bishan. I fucking called it. Kill them and bring me Theo. I'm not leaving without him.
Okay, I'm in the control room, near the roof. I could really use a ride. I'll get John to send a helo from the castle. Try not to die before it gets there. Fernanda's on her way. Agent, meet Theo in the control room. We'll bring you back to the White House. Thanks, Manny.
The division is here. Can I get some backup? Negative. If you want to take over the council, we need Parnell. You better keep your word. You want to end up like Dime? Finish the mission.
The Black Tusk? Manny, where's my helo? On its way. Get ready to go.
It turns out that the Black Tusk had organized the hyena attack, promising Bichon a place on the council if he was able to capture Theo Parnell. However, the division agents teamed up with Theo and fought back multiple waves of hyenas and would manage to get him extracted via helicopter.
You're here! We gotta clear the hyenas. Okay, new plan. You be my agent in the field, and I run tech and do the perimeter defense from here. It'll be great. Probably. I'll unlock the door for you. Don't worry, you can trust me. I got your back.
More hostiles incoming.
Fernanda, get out of there! Well done, Agent. Fernanda, it's clear. Bring in the helo. Manny, you want me to stay and help or meet you at the White House? Get on the helo. Keener is waiting. Agent, if the Black Tusk is trying to rebuild the council with Bichon, we can't let that happen. You know what you have to do.
Hostiles detected in the laboratory. Updating mission objectives and coordinates.
Frustrated that he'd missed his opportunity, Bichon opted to stay in the compound and salvage any of the tech Theo had left behind. Obviously, the agents couldn't allow this and hunted him down before he could take off with anything useful.
You had one job, and you let him get away. Fuck it. Parnell probably left more tech down here. Hopefully we can salvage something from this clusterfuck.
With a new self-repair armor system, Anna was required to help the agents shut down the system via terminals, leaving it to them to fire no less than 70,000 bullets into his face before he too would be taken down.
Agent, you can't stop the council!
Agent, clear Bichon's crew and get back to the White House. I'm taking Theo to Keener for a debrief.
Armored hostile detected.
I am the council!
Agent, that armor is self-repairing. Activate the satellite module to flush excess power and overload the armor systems.
Vital signs critical.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Glasses, also known as Theo Parnell, is the kindest, smartest, most handsome man who has ever lived. Well done, Agent.
Returning to the White House, there would be no sign of Theo, but visiting Manny's office, they could see that he's currently being questioned. A bit of an abrupt ending with that last piece of intel there, but it's not that I didn't find it interesting. In fact, I'd like to hear more of this stuff. As we now know, the Hunters are just other division agents, more loyal to Calvin. Information like this explains why they have this edge over the typical agent, like their body armor, as explained in Thomas Parrott's Division Hunted novel. So Lawrence Stone, if you hear this, more information around the Hunters' tech, please. Now that we have Theo in custody, our next step is to locate Keener's next team member, our very own Eleni Kelso. I've given her a bit of a tough time over the years, but I'm sure she'll play nice, hopefully. In the meantime, I should probably catch up on some of these Descent comms I've been collecting over the months. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you soon in the next one. Extremis Malus, Extremera Media.